I can lay one side, another side, my back, my back.
Sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping. Thanks.
Our next question is from Bill Harwood with CBS News.
Question is from Bill Harwood, CBS News.
Yeah, hi, Bill Harwood, CBS. Really, for any of you guys, you're speaking about Frank Rubio and spending a year in space. How would you guys describe how you'd feel if someone said, "Hey, you're at the end of 6 months, but hey, you got to stay up another 6 months"? How big of a challenge would that be based on the experience you've had over your 6 month flight? Thanks.
Yeah, obviously that would be a real big challenge, especially this late in the game, because we're within a couple of weeks of heading home. So that would be a huge mental challenge to overcome, and not just for me, but also for my family. And I'm sure they all feel the same. That it's a very, very difficult situation to be put in, but ultimately, I think my family would be okay because it's the part of the mission and part of the needs of what we have to do, and. I hope I would respond as well as Frank has. He's been absolutely amazing to watch.
Okay, our next question comes from social media from Leah. She asks, what was your favorite day on the space station and why?
Well, my favorite day was my first spacewalk. That was something I've dreamt of for a very long time, and we had a lot of fun going outside and installing a new IROSA solar array. It was truly the experience of a lifetime.
I totally agree with Woody. It is, EVA day. It was amazing, and specifically when we were accomplishing the mission, and we're getting back to the station. That was a moment of a lifetime. Honestly, the hard training, all the years of hard work and preparation and studying, finally coming to an end. So absolutely the EVA day.
I think my favorite day was the day of arriving. It was amazing, wonderful, nothing.
Okay, our next question is from Robert Perlman with Collect Space.
Thanks. Did any of the four of you or all of you watch the broadcast of India landing on the moon earlier today, or have since seen the photos from the moon? And if so, can you share if it was particularly surreal watching something like that happen while you yourself are in space, or just give your thoughts on the achievement that was achieved today?
They were saying a podcast, but the broadcast of arriving, yeah.
Yeah, no, they actually had, you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the privilege actually to see that. It was amazing. And I was having my lunch, and I was telling Woody, oh, they made it. And it was really great. As you mentioned, it's really surreal just watching a man-made object landing on the moon. And this is a nation faring, like a space-faring nation like India having the first of a kind mission. It's really amazing. I think it's only the beginning for them, and hopefully many countries and nations will follow the same footsteps. Again, we have an effort going back to the moon, and this is really important to emphasize on the global effort. We can't go alone. We always emphasize on the shared efforts towards achieving one goal.
Our next question is from Mark Carreau with Aviation Week and Space Technology.
Thank you. My question is for any of you. Is there any kind of takeaway that you especially think you've experienced for future moon exploration during your stay on the space station?
Well, I actually think that Sultan kind of summed it up with the last one. It's incredibly difficult for a single nation to kind of go it alone. So watching the cooperation we've had up here has been really amazing, and really get a chance to appreciate the global effort that needs to be made and how we can all come together and achieve these goals we set out.
Our next question is from Austin with Space Explored.
Good afternoon. This question, I'll give it to Sultan, but really anyone could answer. I'd love for you to talk about the kind of challenges of photography in space, and maybe a little bit, if you want to expand on the overview effect, that feeling of just seeing the world without borders, of the difference between seeing that through a window and seeing it, while you're out on an EVA. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for the question. Honestly, we have plenty of training on Earth on different equipments and different cameras and lenses. So we arrive equipped with the knowledge and the know-how how to take pictures. But honestly, it was challenging in the first few days because you have to, first of all, and I would say three things. You need to have planning, and then patience, and then the technique. So with that, I would say it will be easier for you to take pictures, and it will be easier for you to target specific locations. And regarding the overall or the overview effect is really deep, because you see the planet and everything that you know of, the history and all the actions and the events throughout the history in that planet that you are orbiting every 90 minutes. And it's only protected by, I would say, a thin layer of atmosphere. And it's really surreal, like you're living in a planet that is susceptible to damage. That's why we always say we need to protect it. We need to have good care of it, like collectively, as nations. So that is my view of your questions.
Our next question is from Elizabeth Howell with Space.com.
Hello, this one is for Sultan. I wanted to follow up on the Chandrayaan-3 wonderful news. Were you actually, as a group, watching the broadcast, or were you notified of it? Like, how did you find out that the successful landing had occurred?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't see it live. I was only checking the social media while having lunch, and it was all over the news. It was really big, and I saw multiple clips of mission control in Israel, and it was, I think, a nation-wide broadcast. I saw the Prime Minister also watching live, so it was really great watching that achievement, and hopefully, as I mentioned, many nations will follow the same footsteps of India.
Our next question is from Manuel Mazzanti.
Hi, how are you? Congratulations to four of you on a successful mission. This is a question for Sultan Al-Niyari. We know you've been super busy during your stay on the station, but also we saw you on a lot of videos, even in social media, interacting with hundreds, if not thousands of students on live sessions, even answering to your own son. How do you feel? Do you think you have fulfilled part of your mission of inspiring new generations of young people in your country?
Absolutely. I think I come from a region where space flights have been like stopped for more than 30 years. We had two astronauts from that region, and then we stopped for more than 30 years. And my mission is a continuation of the UA program. The first mission was in 2019, conducted by my colleague Hazar Mansouri. So it's a first of a kind, long duration, and I thought I need to deliver and let's say fulfill the thirst from the audience and the youngsters in that region. We need to give a simple scientific answer to their curiosity. So my plan from right at the beginning, just to showcase everything we do here, from science, from the daily life, the routines that we do every day, So I felt like obligated to show that in a real and simple way, so everybody can understand and be beneficial or benefit from the daily life that we do on board the station.
Our next question is from Bill Harwood with CBS News.
Yeah, thanks. And this one's for Steve or Woody, maybe. What's the one thing you'd want to make sure to explain to Crew 7 once they get on board? In other words, maybe a surprise or two that caught you off guard after you got aboard the station that you'd want to, if not warn them about, at least inform them about. Maybe one or two examples of that. Thanks.
All right. Well, I'll provide one, and I'll have Woody fill in the rest. The biggest thing to say is that it'll get better, because when you first get here, when you first get to space, even if you've been here before, that first day, that first couple of days, there's a big transition period, and actually it goes on for about 6 weeks. So patience, and really just keep plugging away, and it all gets smoother, it all gets better, it all gets so enjoyable over the next month or two.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. We've actually had a chance to talk with Crew 7 a few times, which has been really enjoyable. Just talking with them mostly about their flight up on Dragon. We are really looking forward to watching Crew 7 launch on Friday morning. We certainly remember our launch fondly, and I think we kind of suggested that it's worth it for them to really focus on Dragon. They've got a dynamic event coming up, and so I'm expecting that they'll be very focused on their launch, their rendezvous, their docking, and then once they get here, the time scales change completely. So they've got a lot of time. We all feel like we want to go 100 miles an hour and put our training to use and be really effective right away, but it's a long road ahead, and so they'll, hopefully have a bit of time to just relax, enjoy themselves, and get into the groove of living and working up here aboard the space station.
The next question is from social media from Nisoth. What are your takeaways from spending 6 months in space, and is there something that you would like to continue back here on Earth?
Yeah, I think actually I've heard Steve say this a lot. It's really fun to succeed as a team. And being up here, it really feels like we're part of a team. It's a very diverse team. We have people up here from many nationalities, even more of that coming up on Crew 7. And, we're a really tight-knit, close team up here. I want more of that kind of dynamic in my life. It's been really enjoyable being part of this team. And we also really feel it up here how part of the team we are with the ground. The number of people it takes to support missions like these is incredible, and it's just wonderful working every day with our control centers around the world and all of the engineers at places like SpaceX that support these missions and make them happen.
We have another social media question. This one is for Sultan from Ahmed. He wants to know, what is the first thing you will do when you arrive in the UAE?
I'll go home. Yeah, honestly, arriving to your homeland after succeeding your mission, I think it's a great thing to have. I cannot honestly comprehend yet, so hopefully I'll get to spend a little bit of time with the family, and then I think the wheel will start rolling again. Hopefully we can get in touch with a lot of students and share the experience with everybody, and just spread the enthusiasm about space, because this place is amazing, and this is only the stepping stone for future and further, I would say, targets in the space. So yeah, overall, just sharing the experience with everybody.
Next question is from Marvin Marshall with Space Report News.
Hi, good evening, Crew 6 from Planet Earth here. My name is Marvin Marshall with the Space Report News on Twitch.tv. Thank you, NASA, for allowing me this awesome opportunity. And we also want to thank Sultan for all the amazing pictures and videos that you've posted during your 6-month stay. You know, you've inspired us all and no doubt have made your country very proud. My question's for anybody who wants to answer. Have there been any pranks played on each other while you guys were up there? Or, any funny stories that you'd want to share from the past 6 months? Thank you again for all your hard work and enjoy the ride back to Earth.
Does anybody want to share any of these pranks, or you just want to?
Maybe Woody hiding in the closet, closeout for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, we'll share that one. Go ahead, Woody.
Yeah, we've had a couple times where we snuck me, I believe, largest human on the space station right now, into some of the smallest places we can find on the space station. So that's been a lot of fun.
And we let him out every single time.
Next question is from Robert Perlman with Collect Space.
Steve, unlike your 3 crewmates there, you returned to Earth before, even aboard another spacecraft named Endeavour. Other than ending with a splashdown, what do you expect will be different this time around compared to your past experiences?
Well, I've thought about that a lot, obviously, through the years. And, by my 3rd shuttle flight, I was up walking around. I was perfectly fine after landing. I don't anticipate having that ability this time. I think 6 months and seeing and feeling what that does to your body, I anticipate really having to work harder, much harder, to get back up to full strength. And that, I think, is going to be the biggest difference, is the physical challenge of it, of getting back down. Mentally, I think the transition will happen pretty quickly. It's a good routine, and we have a good plan set up to transition ourselves back to the real world and back to the office.
Next question is from social media from Vebov. How do you keep your leg muscles so strong so that when you get back to Earth, you can properly walk after 6 months?
Well, this is a really important question. We know up here on these long-duration missions that we lose both muscle mass and bone density. And so our primary mitigation against that is a device up here called ARED. It's a resistance exercise machine. So we do, every day, we do a lot of squats and deadlifts, and we have other exercises like bench press we do as well. But for the legs, really, squats and deadlifts is where it's at. We also do a lot of cardio, but that consistency of exercise is really important for setting us up for success when we return.
Our final question is from social media from Anna, asking, how did you start your day on the space station every day?
All right. Yeah. We woke up. That's a good start. Yeah, so I would wake up. I'm usually the first one up, and I would try and sneak out of my crew quarters without trying to wake anybody else up. I'd head down to Node 1 and grab a cold coffee and read the yesterday's newspaper and whatever the daily plan is.
Yeah, I tend to wake up on the later side in this crew, and we have a document called the Daily Summary that Mission Control puts together. The Orbit 3 shift does that. So typically I wake up, take a look at our schedule for the day, see if there's any updates, read the Daily Summary, grab a coffee, and I'm ready to go for the workday.
Yeah, basically the same. We have a daily routine that we need to follow, and the good thing is you can prepare. It's not like you're going and drive 20 minutes for work next day. You can prepare the day before, and the night before you can prepare for the next day, so the actual day will be smoother. And actually, it's not only work. We gather every day on the breakfast time and the noon time, and finally we get together with the Russians as well during the evening time, and it's really amazing. We're just like one family working together.
How do you wake up?
I can something add, nothing. The same. Woke up and eaten. Yeah, brush my teeth.
Practicing guitar as well.
Sometimes, but after woke up. Thanks.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to everyone who joined through our various platforms. And Crew 6, thanks again for your time today, and we hope you enjoy your final moments on station. We really can't wait to see you back here on Earth so soon. That'll do it for today.
Station, this is
Well,
Houston
thank you all
ACR.
very much. Greatly appreciate all the questions, and we'll see you on Earth.
Station, this is Houston ACR, and that concludes the event.
Thank you, all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.
Soyuz 70S crew is reporting for the exams. Good luck. Thank you. Do you have any questions? No. All right. Oleg, is your crew ready? Yes. Right, 15 minutes. And you know that's routine ops with an off-nominal situation. Do you have any questions for the crew? You've got the microphone up. Could you tell us what's going to happen today? Are you worried? Are you excited? It's an exam. Of course we're excited. It is an exam nonetheless. It's going to be routine ops on board with a developed timeline. It's a routine ops timeline. We're going to do payloads, some nominal operations, and we got a question with an off-nominal situation. So for today, we're going to have about 5 off-nominal situations. How long did it take you to prepare for it? 2 years. So, do you have anything else to say about your training? Was it difficult? Was it challenging? Well, let's begin that we were supposed to launch in March, and so we stayed on the ground for 6 months getting ready, and it wasn't easy. So, we'll see at the end of the day.
What are your thoughts on the intricacies of the preparation for the
Yeah, this is something I've been dreaming about since I was a little kid, so I'm really excited for my first flight and also just honored to be a part of this crew. The international partnerships that we have in the space station program is one of my favorite parts of the space station program, so I'm very happy to be here. Thanks.
Could you tell us about the dynamics in your team? I guess you became pretty tight. Maybe your family is already friends. Well, first, we're not a team, we're a crew. And we've been getting ready for this mission for 2 years. And of course, we are a really tight-knit crew. We know each other really well. We are a good crew. I don't have any questions or issues. So during your mission, do you have any updates about all the experiments and payloads that you're going to have on board? Of course, we already gave an interview about that. We already have all the science plans mapped out. We've been getting ready for all the payloads, and we'll be working on board. Thank you. Is that it? Thank you. All right, it's time to take this exam. Soyuz 70S crew is reporting for the exam. Good morning. Choose any. Ready? As far as I understand, everybody's ready. Good morning, Oleg. Congratulations, you passed exams with flying colors yesterday. What is planned for today? Today, we're going to be working all off-nominal situations for all stages of flight of the Soyuz. Are you planning to have any off-nominal situations? Of course. There is a number of off-nominal situations for the Soyuz and other vehicles. And what do you think about your yesterday's exam? It wasn't bad. Let's hope it goes well today too.
Ms. O'Hara, what about you? What are your impressions of yesterday and expectations for today?
Yesterday went well, and I'm excited to get into the after today.
That's wonderful. Does your spacesuit fit well? Yeah. Good to know. Congrats on the yesterday. Thank you so much.
Shall we begin? Does anybody have any other questions? Can we ask for a traditional photo? Hands together. Oleg, please.
Well, in my left hand I have a feather, in my right hand a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today